Welcome to the Woodworkers video on how to reconnect a Vista control. Now the control itself was actually developed by woodworkers. It's actually quite unique in that it's a one operation which will actually tilt the blind itself and also maneuver the blind all the way to the top into the engineered head where it's fully concealed. Under normal operation the blind goes up and down and there's no problem at all. However, if you're actually a little bit rough on it, in fact you've got to be quite a bit rough on it to be quite honest with you, it will disconnect. So if you push it down really quickly, like this, it'll fall apart and it'll disconnect. Now the way the system works is actually a magnet in this control here, and there's a magnet in a bogie which is inside this extrusion. Now when one is over the top of the other, they're perfectly aligned, which means they'll actually move simultaneously. When they're apart, they're actually polar opposites. So if you start to push the control up here, basically what you're doing is you're pushing this magnet inside of here up and it's not going to reconnect. So to actually reconnect, you need to move this control up until you actually feel the internal magnet and give it a quick jerk up, and that's it, it's reconnected. What we've got here, we've actually put together a little mock-up so you can see how this actual control system works. As I say, there's one magnet here inside the control itself, and this is the bogie which is actually inside the extrusion, inside the double glazed unit, and there's the magnet. Now once it's disconnected, this runs freely, and as I say, if you try to reconnect by just pushing up slowly, they're polar opposites, so basically what you're doing is you're pushing the bogie all the way up to the top until it's actually out of the way, and because there's a stop here you can't get any further and you can't reconnect. So what you actually need to do is get the bogie back here. So you're sliding the control up until you can feel that you're about to connect, and then you have to give it a quick jerk and then it reconnects and you slide up and down. And really it's as simple as that. However, you can actually make a mess of that. So if we disconnect again, there we go. Now if we just push it up too slowly, as I say, it's polar opposites. It's actually pushing this magnet which is inside of here all the way to the top. Now the magnet is now up here, so there's no way that you can reconnect. So the only way you can reconnect is to actually get another magnet. Now in my case I've actually got another control unit, but you could get a magnet from a hardware shop. Fridge magnet definitely isn't strong enough, but if you get a magnet from a hardware shop, what you need to do is go up to the top, drag the internal magnet back down somewhere around about halfway, take your magnet off, bring the control up, again until you start to feel it, give it a quick jerk up, and that's it, reconnected. Now, depending on the actual magnet that you get from the hardware, if it's quite rough on the bottom, maybe a good thing to do would be to put a piece of paper down first before you reconnect your magnet. That way you won't scratch the glass. If you've got a smooth magnet you needn't do that, but as a precaution it's probably a good idea to do that.